Welcome to Study Unit 4. Today, we are dissecting the B2B sales process, specifically focusing on top-of-funnel prospecting and how teams qualify potential buyers. Imagine a modern sales floor, where representatives burn through hours of their day manually searching for leads on LinkedIn, writing repetitive emails, and tracking down contact information. We can examine this through a hypothetical company called TechServe Solutions. They employ 50 sales representatives who spend 60% of their time strictly on manual research and outreach. Because of this administrative weight, their conversion rate from an initial lead to a qualified opportunity has completely flatlined. This diagnostic table maps out exactly why TechServe is struggling. On the left side, we see their current state, a series of system errors causing severe friction across the floor. On the right, we have the modern solution, patches driven by artificial intelligence. Look closely at the second error. Traditionally, sales teams qualified leads using the BANT framework, assessing a prospect's budget, authority, need, and timeline. However, in today's subscription economy, budgets are incredibly fluid. Buyers rarely have a fixed budget approved until they can clearly see the product's value in use, causing the rigid BANT framework to fail. Manual research and legacy qualification frameworks struggle to keep pace with these fluid buyer journeys. Surviving the modern B2B landscape requires an AI-driven overhaul of these aging processes. This grid tracks the evolution of how we find buyers. Historically, prospecting meant cold calling. That is a high-volume, low-conversion activity relying entirely on human persistence. Today, we deploy AI agents. These are autonomous software programs that scan company websites and financial reports to identify and reach out to potential leads 24 hours a day without human prompting. Automating the initial outreach redefines the salesperson's job. They stop spending hours trying to find a name and step in only to refine the high-value conversation after the AI makes contact. This diagram illustrates the replacement for the legacy BANT framework. Instead of a salesperson guessing if a lead is ready to buy, we use predictive lead scoring, which assigns a mathematical value to prospects based on real-time data. The score is driven by intent data. If a prospect from a target industry visits your pricing page 3 times and downloads a white paper on AI ethics, the system registers a high statistical probability of converting and automatically flags them as a hot lead. Top-of-funnel success no longer requires throwing hundreds of emails at a wall to see what sticks. It is a calculated strike, focusing human energy exclusively on accounts already in a highly active buying window. To execute those targeted strikes, representatives need infrastructure. This is the enablement bridge. Sales enablement is the strategic process of giving sales teams the exact information, content, and tools they need to engage the buyer successfully. A core function of integrating these customer relationship and content management systems is aggressively removing non-selling time. By automating meeting notes, system updates, and follow-up tasks, the enablement stack eliminates administrative friction. With that recovered time, representatives can focus on engagement. But in a crowded digital market, sending a generic, template-based email guarantees you will be ignored. Modern B2B buyers require hyper-personalization at scale. This workflow shows how generative AI achieves that scale. The Gen AI Fabricator takes standard, generic inputs on the left, like a blank proposal or a standard case study, and instantly rewrites them to match a specific buyer's industry context and unique pain points. Rather than a salesperson starting from a blank page, the AI pulls live pricing data to assemble a professional, highly accurate proposal. It can even generate bespoke diagrams showing exactly how a solution would look inside the prospect's specific facility. Automation is the precise mechanism that allows sales professionals to instantly customize their pitch to every single buyer. The technology continues to operate even after the meeting starts. We now see AI acting as a live coach alongside the representative during active video calls. These tools listen to the conversation in real time and provide immediate nudges. If a representative is speaking too quickly, or if the buyer expresses hesitation about pricing, the software flashes a prompt on screen to slow down or address the concern directly. After the call ends, the AI conducts a sentiment analysis. By tracking whether the buyer sounded frustrated, bored, or excited, the system predicts the likelihood of the deal closing and suggests specific areas for improvement. This data provides managers with immediate visibility into the health of the pipeline. A sales director can monitor these sentiment scores across the entire floor and instantly see if the team is struggling with a new competitor's product, allowing them to deploy targeted training without ever having to join a single meeting. Sales performance functions as a fully measurable, continuously coachable data stream. Modern B2B salespeople act as strategic operators, managing a fleet of autonomous tools to orchestrate complex, high-value deals. But this efficiency comes with significant ethical friction. Some AI agents scrape a prospect's public writing to infer their communication preferences, often entirely without their knowledge. Deploying these deep research agents require absolute critical oversight. Sales managers must evaluate these tools carefully to ensure they comply strictly with data privacy frameworks like POPA. To build a strong foundation for this unit, refer to Chapters 7 and 8 in Jobber's Selling and Sales Management. Technology accelerates the process, but the foundational human selling skills covered in this text are still required to close the deal. Additionally, review the McKinsey Gen AI report and the Gong playbooks listed in your reading materials. These provide excellent real-world examples of AI-driven workflows in action. Mastering this diagnostic approach to prospecting and enablement is how you build a high-velocity revenue engine. Read through the assigned texts, and we will see you in Unit 5.